Hi, Brad Samuels here. I am here at the top of the Chief in Squamish, BC. This is one of my favorite places in the world, and I'm a rock climber. This is basically a sanctuary to me, and where I spend a lot of my time and enjoy a lot of my passion. And I think it's sanctuary to a lot of people all over the world. And I thought this would be the most appropriate place to introduce you to our company, which is Foundations. Me and my partners, which are some of my best friends, are starting this company right now, and this video is about beginning a dialogue, a lifelong dialogue, to explore all the most beautiful things in the world, and the hardships, the fears, the joy, the adventure, the whole deal, and really just starting that dialogue. I'm kind of getting rained out right now, so I'm going to make it a quick video, but I wanted to introduce you more than anything to our mission and what we're going to be centering all of our content around, and encouraging anyone else to share in that. And I'm also going to give you as a quick exercise that you guys can take home and maybe do right now, is just how to develop your own mission if that calls to you. I think a mission-driven life is one of the most beautiful things. Keeps me centered, keeps me grounded, and it keeps my decision-making in line with something that brings me to life. Our mission has been developed, well, honestly, from the heart, and it is to unite humanity to live with less fear and more love. I think right now there's a lot of amazing things going on in the world, but if we're gonna make it, I think the one thing that will destroy us is gonna be hate, which is the reciprocal of what we want to do. The avenue to love is endless from all angles, and there's no right one way. And the best way to arrive at living from a place of love is to talk about it. It's to think about it, read about it, write about it, express it, and just do it. But it's not easy all the time, and fear does prevail in sometimes, right? So that's what this is all about. I came up with Foundations a couple of years ago. I actually started out as Roots, and Roots was, to me, was symbolic of values. It was about living a values-based life, which was something that I realized, and I started practicing it. What does that mean to live a values-based life? What are my values? Where do they come from? Why are they important? All those kinds of questions. And as I started to explore them, I started realizing how out of alignment I was with the things that I said I wanted to do, as opposed to the things I was actually doing. You know, it's different to live your values rather than just say your values. And I just wasn't that clear. And when I really started getting clear, I started to really realize that I had to make some changes. So I wanted to quickly explore that and maybe help, and then we'll kind of get back to mission here. But for me, the journey started off with my values. So at the time, that was a program I developed called Roots, and Roots was about, which now I've altered to Foundations, because Roots Canada, which is a clothing company, already had bought the domain for that. So Foundations was actually a much more suitable name now that I think about it. But at the time, my values, they were spiritual deepening, playfulness, adventure, wellness, and what am I missing here? I think that was them all. That was all of them. So I really started aligning my decision making with that, and that's how I arrived at a mission statement. So my first mission statements were variations of what we now have, and are going to be and is what we've arrived at for a mission that really embodies all of what I want to stand for. But it was derived from being clear on my values. So if you're doing this exercise right now, I encourage you to pause the video and maybe go ahead and do that. Write down all of your values, and then then you can kind of derive a mission statement, which I'll go over in a second, on how you can embody those values into your mission. Step 3 is really the vision, and that's the fun part that we're starting to work through now. And as you can see here, this is part of my vision. I want to do, I don't know much about videos. This is my first video, but well, I've done a few other ones, but I'd like to do videos from, all the most beautiful places, and do it while I'm exploring basically. So, not doing it in some studio, but actually making my job, which is, I guess, marketing manager now, really fun and exciting for me. So that's the creative part. My vision can be achieved in an infinite amount of ways that we can arrive at that mission statement. Yeah, so we'll be taking all sorts of input from everyone and letting it organically develop the vision of what we want to do. If you are wanting to develop a mission statement right now, I'm going to go back here. The essence of a good mission. Who do you want to serve? In our case, it's humanity. What do you want to do? In our case, it's unite. So how do you want to serve the people that you want to serve? So we want to unite. So what, who, and what are we going to do for them? Less fear, more love. I don't know how clear that was, but it's who are you going to serve? What are you going to do for them? And then how are you going to do it? Hopefully that helps, and I'll have more videos to come, and I'll think of more stuff that'd be fun to talk about, and just useful things that I've learned on my journey, which has been long and strange, to be honest. And yeah, welcome to Foundations.